This morning, we filed a defamation lawsuit on behalf of our client, Summer Zervos, against President-elect Donald Trump. The lawsuit alleges that Ms. Zervos had been subjected to unwanted sexual touching by Donald Trump and that she had told family. She realized that she was just one of many women who had been victimized by Mr. Trump's predatory conduct. Mr. Trump had no shame. His own boasting to Billy Bush made clear that his behavior was intentional.
I wanted to give Mr. Trump the opportunity to retract his false statements about me and the other women who came forward. Since Mr. Trump has not issued a retraction, as I requested, he has therefore left me with no alternative other than to sue him in order to vindicate my reputation. I want Mr. Trump to know that I will still be willing to dismiss my case against him immediately for no monetary compensation if he would simply retract his false and defamatory statements about me and acknowledge that I told the truth about him.
She passed the lie detector test. The polygraph examiner concluded that she was telling the truth.
On Friday, Summer Zervos, a contestant on the 5th season of The Apprentice, alleged that Donald Trump twice made unwanted sexual advances on her back in 2007.
I pushed his chest to put space between us, and I said, "Come on, man, get real." He repeated my words back to me, "Get real," as he began thrusting his genitals. He tried to kiss me again with my hand still on his chest, and I said, "Dude, you're tripping right now," attempting to make it clear I was not interested.
Mr. Trump denies Zervos' story, saying in a statement, quote, "I never met her at a hotel or greeted her inappropriately a decade ago." Let's bring in John Barry. He is Summer Zervos' first cousin. And John, with a welcome to you. I know that you put out a statement, and it was through the Trump campaign, denying your cousin's accusations. First of all, how do you know these incidents didn't take place?
Actually, I asked Summer at the restaurant if she had ever had dinner or Donald Trump ever asked her out, and she said, "You know, he is a gentleman," and she just said no. You know, I did ask her that question of, you know, anything ever.
When was this restaurant conversation?
This was about 3 or 4 months ago.
So what has she told you directly about her interactions with Trump?
She just praises him up and down. He's a mentor. She just said has the biggest heart. He'll go to children's hospitals off camera, visit burn victims, just all good stuff.
So,
and when she... Go ahead.
So, John, in a previous interview, I know you said that you have not voted before. You're not really politically oriented. So how did you come into contact with the Trump campaign?
I actually, I was at work, and I saw her on TV, and when she started crying, I almost fell off my chair, because that is not her personality. Her personality is strong. It's been 11 years, 12 years since she's been on the show. She said nothing but good things about Donald Trump. She even invited him to the restaurant, and they told her no, and she wasn't very happy about that. So I was at work, and I called a close family member, and I asked them if they can call Fox News because she's lying, 100%.
How close are you to your first cousin?
Pardon me?
How close are you two, you and Summer?
Throughout the years, we weren't very close. Actually, I babysat for her years ago, her and her brother, a couple times. But in the last 6 months, when I was working with her, we became very close.
So you weren't close at the time while she was a contestant on The Apprentice?
No.
Okay, so her recollections about The Apprentice have only been pretty much within the last 6 months to you?
Pretty well throughout the years. I would visit. She was managing my uncle's restaurant, and he had 2 of them. One has closed down, the one she was managing. And I would go in there for breakfast, and we would talk.
But you guys don't do like Thanksgiving and the holidays together and that sort of thing.
You know, she doesn't show up to that stuff. She kind of just stays in her own little world, I guess. I
want to mention what
the whole family just barely comes around. I
want to ask you what your cousin's attorney, Gloria Allred, said. There's a statement that she gave us about you, and here's a piece of that. Quote, John Barry is a huge Trump supporter. He was employed at Summer's family restaurant until several months ago when his employment ended. Since then, he has expressed hostility and ill will towards Summer. How do you respond to that, John?
You know, my uncle's been in business since '79. And I was 14 when I started with my uncle. I just gave my age away, but throughout the years, I've been helping my uncle off and on. And actually, my uncle owns the restaurants, not Summer. She has claimed she owns Sonny's. That is not true. 100% false. Summer comes in and out throughout the years, working. She'll leave, come back, and you know, we just had a management disagreement. That's all.
Will you be voting for Trump, John? I mean, and does the list of allegations against him from 8 women other than your cousin, does that give you pause at all?
No. I don't believe it.
No to what? No to pause or no to voting for Trump?
I will vote for Donald Trump, absolutely.
But the other allegations, they don't bother you?
No.
Why not?
I don't believe. I think everyone's coming out of the woodwork now at the last minute. And I honestly feel, you know, Hillary Clinton is behind all this. So,
you know, John, so I asked you how close you are to your cousin and the amount of time you spent together. It doesn't seem to me like you two are, you know, kindred spirits, to say the least. So how do you know that her experience didn't happen?
I'm just telling you what she told me. And I asked her if you guys ever went out, and she said, Johnny, he is a gentleman, he's charming, he's handsome, and she just praised him up and down.
Do you think that she would be inclined?
I was not a Donald Trump supporter. I mean, she converted me
do you think that
like
Summer,
Donald Trump.
John, do you think Summer would be inclined to tell you if she had been sexually accosted by him in any way?
I think she would have. Summer likes to talk, and she has told me intimate things, and I honestly believe she would have.
Okay. John Barry, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.